Split is a new movie from M Night Shyamalan, and okay, you know what? On the second, I was gonna be like a stylistic prick and have the entire review done in split screen format, but then I realized that's gonna drive me crazy when I watch it, so I'm just gonna do this shit regular. Oh man, yeah, that's a lot better. So Split is the new movie directed by the formerly great / could be great again / we'll see how it goes M Night Shyamalan. You don't know who M Night Shyamalan is? I mean, The Sixth Sense, Signs, Unbreakable, The Happening. Yes, it happened. It stars James Mcavoy and Anya Taylor-Joy. I think I got her name right. This movie is about this guy. James McAvoy's character is a man who is dealing with something called DID. DID stands for Dissociative Identity Disorder, and it's a thing where he has like 23 different personalities living inside his body. 23 distinctly different personalities and identities all inside one person. One of those identities flips out and kidnaps these 3 innocent girls. One of the girls is played by Anya Taylor-Joy, and so the rest of the movie is pretty much this psychological thriller where the girls have to try to figure out a way out of their situation, and where James McAvoy is trying to get help from his therapist and psychologist in the movie to try to deal with the fact that he has 23 different personalities, and that's a tough thing for a person to deal with. You know what this movie is in hindsight after seeing it? This movie is like after you've had a really shitty string of bad luck. This is like starving and then finding a free chicken nugget somewhere. It's a beautiful thing. I went into this movie very skeptical, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have been very hot and cold on Shyamalan films in the last 10 years. Ooh, side note, the old crazy chick with a face full of glass from The Happening is in this movie. She plays the therapist. Yeah, I know, blew my mind too when I found out. And if this movie is any indication, Shyamalan is back in rare form, because this movie was awesome sauce. So the more I thought about this movie, the more I loved it and loved it and loved it even more. I love the way Shyamalan directs his movies. I love the way that he builds the story and he draws you in. It's really a lot of complex storytelling, and in that sense, Shyamalan draws you in, he leads you in, he leaves little breadcrumbs and stuff. There are always a lot of layers thematically and narratively to his films, and I really appreciated that about this movie. There's a lot of small details and small scenes and things in the beginning of the movie that don't really become clear to you until you see the whole movie, and then the whole picture becomes clear to you. He reveals little bits and pieces here or there, just stuff to get you interested while also entertaining you at the same time. That's masterful filmmaking right there. Anya Taylor-Joy was in The Witch last year. If you haven't seen The Witch, it's a really underrated horror movie, and she was great in that movie. She was even better in this movie. She plays this really smart, resourceful, survival instinct chick, and at first, with her character, I wasn't really sure how to feel about her, because I was like, well, she's acting like this perfect, cold-blooded, I know what I'm doing kind of character. Like, why is she like that? Why is she so introverted and alone? Well, what is her deal? Like, is she just supposed to be that kind of character? But then, over the course of the movie, again, Shyamalan reveals little bits and pieces of her through flashbacks. By the end of the movie, you're just sitting there going, oh, okay, I see what you were going for there. James McAvoy, I'm not even joking or exaggerating when I say this, was Oscar worthy in this film. James McAvoy commits so hard to this performance. He really sells you on it. He gets you to buy in completely. Just in the sense that he bought into Shyamalan and his vision. This guy perfectly sells the idea and the notion that he has 23 different personalities living within him. It's all little shit too. It's like the inflections in his voice, the way he walks, the way he carries himself, the way he changes his posture. I mean, the way his facial expressions change. Every little thing is so nuanced and so finely tuned. It's almost a perfect performance in my opinion. He was captivating. I didn't want to take my eyes off the dude. James McAvoy, if you're gonna watch this movie for anything, watch it for that reason and that reason alone. Another thing I really want to praise is the score. This movie has a great musical score. The name of the composer is escaping me at the moment. Probably gonna remember it for my spoiler review, but the point is the score was very haunting and suspenseful, and it added a lot of tension to a movie that already was full of a lot of good tension to begin with. There is a great reveal and a great ending and a great twist at the very end of this movie. Not only does it make the whole rest of the movie make complete sense in hindsight, but it is also something that got me so excited that as soon as I saw it in the theater, I just jumped out of my seat and went, holy shit, wow, he did it. Did no one else catch that? You're either gonna know it or you're not gonna know it, but when you know it, if you know what I'm talking about, this reveal at the end, which I will get into in my spoiler review next week. Oh my god, it was so awesome. I loved it, and that took the movie from like an 8 to damn near a 10 for me. The two other chicks in the movie with Anya Taylor-Joy, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really give a shit about them. I mean, I gave a shit about them in the sense that they're hot and they, you know, you have to have other people in the movie besides Anya Taylor-Joy. They kind of felt like window dressing, and they do give the worst performances of the movie if we're comparing them to McAvoy and Anya Taylor-Joy. The black chick in this movie, I'm not sure if she's a great actress, but that ass, and that's all I gotta say about that. Also, Shyamalan does sometimes fall into a habit of trying to over-explain certain things to the audience, and that got a little irritating. There's some instances in the movie where I kind of felt like they tried to over-explain certain aspects when I was just going along for the ride. We don't usually get great films in January, but this is a return to form. This is an excellent movie with great performances, great psychological thriller aspects, a great score, and a great complex and layered story that really draws you in. I thought long and hard about this. I'm gonna give Split my highest rating of Superman Prime. It's the best type of Superman movie it could be. Alright guys, that is my review for Split. Make sure you go out and check that out this weekend. Seriously, don't go watch Triple X over this movie or I'm gonna be mad at you. If you like what you see, tell me how you feel and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Talk to you guys later.